Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lando's Lessons. Happy to see y'all again. Last video, if you remember or if you were able to watch it, I was feeling a little bit down, feeling lost, if you will, um, just out of sorts. And one of the main things that I was worried about and focused on was I didn't know how to cope post sobriety. What my coping mechanisms, while unhealthy, were were tried and true in my head at the time. So, you know, let me get drunk and forget about this. Basically, that was a lot of it. Back when I smoked, I'm just gonna get fucking stoned and I need to stop cussing. I was just gonna get stoned and forget about everything, and focus on that temporary feeling, if you will. That's where my head was at for so long. And now that I am, sober, I guess technically straight edge, not without trying, in a sense. When I gave up one thing, I gave up a lot of others. But anyway, I didn't know how to cope. I didn't have my fallbacks that I had for over a decade, and it was infuriating because the few things that I take pleasure in, the TV shows and movies, the occasional gaming, things of that nature, they weren't hitting the same. They were more distractions than solutions. That's a great way of phrasing it. And I, now looking back on it, hindsight's 2020 and all that jazz. That's exactly what the other things were. The stuff I had to cut out my life, it was just a distraction. It was a temporary numbing, if you will. And a week later, or I guess, yeah, almost a week later, I was trying to figure out, why I started to feel better after a few days. And I don't think it was the passing of time, because let's just face it, when you're feeling a certain way, especially when you're feeling down, if you don't have a solution that comes up, then you're going to continue to feel down. It's something that is going to stick with you. And what I had to realize, and what I need to remember, and I wanted to share with y'all, was the solution was it's very easy to say now, but at the time I couldn't see it. But the solution for when you're trying to cope, when you're trying to get over that hump, when you're trying to dig yourself out of that sorrow, was gratitude. Yep. Simple as that. Gratitude. Um, just taking the time to recognize all the good that is in your life, compared to focusing on the bad, the stagnation, the current feeling that you are experiencing. It's it's a matter of looking back and remembering all the times you felt that way, all the times you felt stagnant, all the times you're dealing with complacency, all the times you're dealing with sorrow and depression and sadness and just general uneasiness. And how many times, because we're still here, so how many times you got over that hump. That's the secret. Remember all the times that you felt this way in the past, or worse, and you somehow got over it. And I don't mean in the sense of get over it, don't acknowledge it, hide the pain, dig it deep, to bury it deep down. I mean, you were able to get past that feeling at one point, and guess what? You can do it again. And it came down to being grateful for all the things that you have going on in your life outside of your current feelings, because all these feelings are temporary. The reason that I express happiness and joy as two completely different words is because happiness is temporary. Happiness can be sitting at a restaurant and seeing your dessert come. Happiness can be seeing a cute dog on a walk and smiling before you get back to work on that walk, because I despise with all my heart the physical side of exercise. But I do it not as much as I want, but I do it because I know it's good for me. But that being said, when I'm on a walk and I see a cute dog, even in something that I despise and don't like to do, I'm like, hey, yeah, look at the cutie pie. And that's happiness. Joy is something that's right here. It's something inside of you. It's something that you exude. Even when you have sadness, you can still have joy. And I like to think that I'm getting to a point where that is something that is a little bit more frequent. But going back to what I was saying, that temporary feeling is just that, temporary. Look back on all the moments in the past and remember that you've gotten out of those. And then even more so, take the time. If you have a journal, great. I have several journals, and guess what? I'm not using any of them. I don't know why. I can get into that in another video. But take the time, get a pencil and pen, because it's better than typing it in your phone. Writing stuff down by hand is way better than that will ever be. But get a pencil and pen, a scrap of paper, and just write down all the things that you are grateful for. And it can be macro. The sun was shining today. Traffic wasn't that bad. Or it can be more personal. I tried to cook something different and it turned out okay. I actually, folded those clothes that have been sitting and moving between my bed and a chair for the last 2 weeks. I went and dropped off stuff at the shelter because I didn't need it anymore. I cleaned out my car finally because it needed to be done. Just it can be as small or heck, it can be as simple as, you know what, I had a moment today where I really felt good, even if it was just for a moment. These are the type of things that you can look back upon, that you can reflect upon, and get that sense of gratitude, that sense of being grateful. That's why it's so important to have a list and a pen and an actual piece of paper that you can write upon, because you can start scribbling down all the little things, all the big things that you were grateful for that particular day. Or hell, if it was a terrible day and it was one of the worst days of your life, then go back a week, go back a month, talk about this year, and you'll start to see that it's bigger than the current moment. That's the solution. That's how you can cope healthy, in a healthy way. You know what I'm trying to say. Practice gratitude. It's so easy to get caught up. I promise you, I'm speaking from my heart when I say this. It's so easy to get caught up. I still do. And it's not nearly as bad as it used to be, but I am a man of rumination. I am a man to get in his head. I am a man who overthinks things. I overanalyze. I'm hyper vigilant. It's stuff that is just been ingrained in me, and it can work out to good, but a lot of times it doesn't. A lot of times it makes me have high anxiety. A lot of times it can force me into that pit of depression, or into a not anger or frustration, but yeah, I guess in the sense of I'm not angry at the world, but I'm angry at the situation and how I feel currently. It's easy to get caught up in that. But when you practice gratitude, that's when you start to realize that the world, your feelings, everything is bigger than this one particular moment. That's the secret. So this will be a short video. It's more just like the other one was. It is a reminder. This is a personal journal, if you will. And if someone happens to see this, hopefully it comes at the right time for you. But in moments where you are truly trying to cope, when you are trying to figure out a reason why, look back. All the past experiences that you've gone through, the good ones, the bad ones, they've all come to shape you into the person you are today. And they will continue to do so as long as you keep moving forward in this life. So by practicing that gratitude, you start to realize that it's bigger than the moment, that this is only temporary, and that it does get better. Because look at all these things I have to be grateful for. That's the secret. That's the thing I had to realize over the weekend when I started to feel a little bit better, was I was focusing on the things that were going well. I've been a bit lazy since losing the job. I'll admit that, but the things that I've done that have been productive in taking advantage of this time, those things I am extremely grateful for. I'm and it can be as simple as, and I know it's cliche, as waking up. We take that for granted all the time. Another day. I don't care if I wake up with a headache and neck pain because I slept wrong. I don't care if I'm stressed out because I have assignment with my doctoral program. I don't care if I'm mad at a parent because of something they said. At the end of the day, I get to feel that way because I'm here. And that is something that so many people are praying for. Just one more day, just one more hour, just one more minute. And sadly, they don't always get that. So let's be grateful. Let's be grateful. Because at the end of the day, it is so easy to miss out on life when you don't take that time to say thank you. For those who believe, thank you, God. For those who have other beliefs, thank you, universe. Or for those who, are a little bit more inside, thank I hate to say yourself, but the world's bigger than just you. Just remember that. I don't care how you feel or what you believe in. The world's bigger than us, and as long as you can see that, you can certainly be grateful. You can certainly be grateful. So, anyway, like I said, short message. Just wanted to say, if you ever need to cope, if you ever need to get past the feeling of negativity, or just feeling down. It doesn't have to be negative, just feeling down than normal. Remember all the good things. Remember all those moments that you've overcame, and remember all those moments that you found pleasure in, that made you a little smirk or a little smile, because they all add up. Know that you were loved. Know that you were valued. Know that you are not alone in this world. And if you ever feel that way, I'm here. Love to hear from you. Love to give my 2 cents if I can. Or even more importantly, not everyone wants to hear advice. Some people just need to vent. I've been on both sides of that fence. And most importantly, if you feel that way, make sure you let people know that, hey, I'm not even looking for advice. I just need to vent. That can change the entire conversation and what you get out of it. That's just a little side note. That's actually a good video idea. But anyway, you were loved, you were valued, you were never alone. And I hope you remember that. Things do get better. And it can all start with being a little bit more grateful about the things that you have in your life. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. I hope that all is well. I pray that all is well. And please do the same for me. Take care. Bye.